Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I'm going to be doing a Division video, and I want to talk about a few things. Now, this is something I've been talking about over the last couple of videos. I do apologize for the lack of content on my YouTube. As you can hear my voice, I'm a little bit sick. Kristen's got the flu, so I'm just trying to stay as healthy as I can, stay rested, drink a lot of water, and make sure I don't get it as well. And if I do get it, I'll tweet out on Twitter if I'm not streaming and all that stuff. So anyways, the gameplay you're watching right now is a little bit of rogue gameplay that me and my friend did the other day. We hit our end game state of the Division, and I want to talk about that because I talked a lot about the Division and how fun it was when it first came out, and I want to talk about the point that I'm at with it right now. And the game is still amazing. I have 111 hours on it already, which is ridiculous. But this is my full-time job, so I'm streaming. I'm doing YouTube videos a lot. But that's a lot of time on a game. I don't think I've ever put that much time into a game that's been out for how long? I mean, not even a little bit over 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 days, something like that. Dang, that's a long time, man. The game's super addicting, fun to grind on, to get gear and get weapons, and the game is set up so well. I love the way they basically took a third-person shooter and turned it into an MMORPG style game. Absolutely fantastic. But what I want to talk about today is the rogue system, and I know I've talked about this in the last couple of videos. It's gonna be the last time that I mention this. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. And if after this video people still don't understand where I'm coming from, then I literally give up. I'm not gonna keep trying because there's no point. It's unbelievable that there's people out there that think that the rogue system is okay. Now, if you guys don't know, about 80% of the map on the Division is completely dedicated to PvE. Now, that means if you're going to play in this portion of the map, you're going to play by yourself. There's not other people running around in the world with you. So if you want to play with other players, you can invite up to 4 players. So it's technically like a co-op PvE portion of the map. You can't kill other players. You can't even see other players. You can't take other players' loot. Nothing like that. So 80% of the map is strictly for PvE. Now, the Dark Zone, which as most of you guys know, is the PvEVP, so it's like PvP and it's PvE, is a small portion of the map that I thought was going to be an arena for people to go in and fight other players for their loot and have like awesome videos and awesome content and like manhunts that last like 20 minutes with 20 plus kills like I posted in the beta. And I think the reason that we just like went manhunt and just PvP'd all the time in the beta is because it was a beta. You weren't keeping any of your stuff, so if you lost a rank or two, it didn't really matter. And the argument that I'm getting from people every time I mention this is, oh, so you're saying that you should be able to shoot some innocent player and steal their gear and not have any repercussions for that. And that's not true at all. I do believe that if you go rogue, there should be repercussions for going rogue. However, it should be high risk, high reward, which is how anything should be in any video game that's worth doing. There's no way you're going to sit there on a game and do something where you're only going to lose and continue to want to do that. I used this example before. It's like going up to a slot machine in a casino, and the slot machine says, put in $1 and you have a 50% chance at winning 1 cent. That's like, if you saw that, it'd be like, I'm going to put in $1 and I have a 50-50 chance of winning 1/100th of my dollar back. Now, no one's going to do that unless you just want to have fun on the machine and you just want to lose your money just to lose it. And that's exactly what the rogue system is on the Division. It's basically high risk, no reward. The other day, we ended up PvPing for like 2 hours or something like that, where we just strictly PvP'd. And I think we survived close to 4 to 5 manhunts. And I think we may have died 3 times. Now, the reason we died is because we had groups of like 8 to 9 people continuously spawning in over and over and over again. Now, if you don't know how it works, whenever someone dies in the dark zone, they can instantly spawn in at a checkpoint closest to where they died. So if you're going against somebody who's really stubborn and who wants to continually go back for their gear, they're gonna come back over and over and over and over and over again. And it's not like, you know, as a rogue you can survive that. It's impossible, because what I found out yesterday, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, I didn't even know this because people besides our group never go rogue. Like, I never ever see people go rogue, and if they are rogue, it's most likely like a miss shot or somebody running in front of their bullets on purpose, which just happened to me a couple minutes ago. It's never ever a group that wants to PvP, that's really passionate about protecting their loot and making for entertaining content or anything like that. It's always just people accidentally shooting each other. So right now, PvP is non-existent in the dark zone. It doesn't happen. And the reason it doesn't happen is, like I said before, it's not worth doing. I mean, you guys who are watching this video, even if you're going to argue against me, you're probably a pretty smart person, and you know that PvPing in the dark zone is absolutely stupid. For surviving a manhunt, you get 2,000 DZ credits and no XP. It's not like you steal the XP from the players that you kill. Like, you don't get any XP for PvPing at all. The only XP you're ever going to get in the dark zone is from killing AI or killing, you know, mobs. That's it. You're not going to get like experience, and when you survive a manhunt, it doesn't give you experience at all either. It just gives you 2,000 DZ funds and says, hey, you just survived a 30-minute manhunt and killed 30 people. Congratulations, here's 2,000 DZ credits, which, by the way, is equal to 4 mob kills. You can go up to 4 AI and kill them and get that same amount of DZ funds, which is ridiculous. However, if you die, you lose like anywhere between 10 to 15% of your total DZ funds. Now, I died the other day when I had 800,000 DZ funds, because the DZ funds are absolutely pointless. You don't do anything on them. The only thing you can really spend them on is in one of the vendors, buy a bunch of whatever parts you need and just like deconstruct those. And that's the only thing you really get from the DZ funds, because any of the gear that the vendors have aren't good enough to buy. It's just not, because they always have low-end weapons with terrible talents and bad stats. It's just what it is. And I think it's because they didn't want people to go in and just buy the best gear, which is oddly ironic, considering to get the best gear, you basically have to buy a blueprint and then continuously construct that blueprint. But that's another story. Anyways, so I ended up losing 230,000 DZ credits and I think 70,000 XP, which 70,000 XP is like 3 levels, 2 or 3 levels, something like that. I dropped down 2 or 3 levels, and I wasn't even full manhunt. I was level 3 rogue. Now, I think there's some sort of system where you lose more if you die to a lower level player, but when lower level players can continuously just spawn next to where they died over and over and over again, eventually there's going to be a group so big that you're not going to be able to, to be able to survive. You're going to run out of ammo, you're going to run out of, and by the way, you don't get ammo for killing players, so like there's been many times where we've been like kind of hiding underground and we'll kill like 10 to 15 people in a row, but we'll just run out of ammo because there's no ammo resources down there. And, you'll eventually run out of med kits. And here you go. You got these players who are respawning back in with full ammo, full med kits, full everything, and just continuously running back in and suiciding for their loot until they finally kill you and get back everything they lost. They can run in, die like 7 times, and then the one time they kill you, get everything that they lost and some. And I think that system is really bad, and I think it's awful. Now, yesterday, I got hacked on by a player. Now, I knew it was a hacker because someone was manhunt on the server, and it was one player. And I was like, this just doesn't look right. No one does this. And he was like killing everybody. Well, sure enough, he runs right towards me, and I start like spraying him around the corner with my Vector. My Vector is pretty strong. It's like 189 1,000 DPS, something like that. And I have a lot of healing. Every crit, I heal myself for 3% of the damage done. And he like one-shotted me with an M60, and like he could see people through walls like at all times. And the reason I know that is because when I spawned back in, I went to fake to go out the door, and he was spraying the door before I went through it. So I knew he had like ESP and could see people through walls. But what I found out, which was really interesting by this, so I'm happy it happened, I found out that when someone's on a manhunt, you can see them on the map. Now, I knew that you could see the direction that they were on the mini-map, and that you could see people through walls. So by the way, if you're thinking about going rogue, just know that the entire server basically has wall hacks on you. They can see the rogue symbol in your name, like with big red bolding right through any wall. So good luck being, sneaky or tactical or anything like that. But I noticed that it shows like a skeleton of where the player is and what direction they're looking. So not only do you have to survive a manhunt, the entire server knows exactly where you are on the map. Like you can bring up your map and see where the player is, where he's looking, where he's going, and like if he's shooting or doing really anything else. Like that is mind-blowing that you can see a player like that's manhunt. Now I understand manhunt, I understand like that's like a objective that everyone's supposed to go for, and everyone's supposed to hunt the guy that's on the manhunt. However, the person on the manhunt doesn't get anything for surviving the manhunt. However, he loses 3 to 4 hours of farming for dying. This should be high risk, high reward, where if somebody survives a manhunt, you should get like 100,000 DZ credits and XP. You should get XP for that. It's hard. How are you going to have an entire server that can see you through walls and see you on a map? You want to hear something even worse? I couldn't believe this. Now, the worst part of it all is like when you see them on the map, you know how you can mark a landmark on the map? You can actually mark the manhunt player, and the GPS, the orange line, will follow you directly to where the player is. That blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. You don't even have to go out and like use your map and find where a player is. You can open your map, click where the player is, and there you go, follow the yellow brick line right to where the guy is that's surviving or trying to keep his 200,000 credits and his 70,000 XP, 5 hours of work. When I saw that you can mark, and I didn't know this, and some people are tweeting me like, you just found this out now? And I'm like, yeah, because no one's ever rogue when I play this game. Like, I had no idea. I've never seen someone manhunt besides ourselves. Now it makes more sense why the entire server was running at us during manhunts, and why it was so easy for them to find us and what we were doing. So I don't know, man. I can't believe that there's somebody at Massive or at Ubisoft that let the game hit the shelves in this state. There is no PvP. There's no PvP. No one is PvPing in this game. And if you are PvPing, it's because of pure boredom, and there's nothing else to do, because we already PvE'd, we already put the hours and hours into grinding for our gear. And now that my gear is close to the best that it can get, I want to be able to go and test my gear out against other players out in the world, and get like an experience that I got from DayZ and H1Z1 and other open world survival games where, you don't know whether you can trust or not trust someone. In like these right now in this current state, I like earlier today, there was a group of like 12 people running around me at one of the extraction points, and I literally AFK'd and went into the kitchen and made cereal. Now in DayZ or another game like that, I would never do that because I'd always be scared of someone killing me, but I knew that no one would shoot me. There's people out there who will literally use open mic to just talk trash to you and just know that you won't go rogue, and we don't do that. We don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, you can sit here and call me every name under the sun because you don't think I'm gonna go rogue, because the rogue is a broken system. We just shoot them and run away and usually survive. But the problem is when you shoot somebody and then two players just basically suicide into you, and you have no choice but to kill them, and boom, there you go, your timer's going up. And if you guys don't know how the rogue system works, let me explain the timer situation. So if you get shot by AI, or you shoot somebody, or in combat whatsoever, your timer is always going to freeze. Now, what's even funnier is in the original beta, your timer would keep going up to 5. So if you were on a manhunt, people could just suicide themselves into you forever, and you would never, ever finish a manhunt, ever. You had no chance. It was impossible. Unless you got to a spot where they couldn't get to without you killing them, there was no shot of ever killing him. Now, you have to run away, and you have to, when everyone sees you on the map, you have to continuously run by AI and run by and kill AI, and that's all freezing your timer. So to survive a manhunt, it's not 5 minutes. Sometimes it can be close to 20 minutes, depending on the events that are going on. And if people just keep suiciding into you, it's going to keep freezing that timer. So I don't understand how a system like this could make it into a game, and I only have one explanation, and this is literally the only thing that I can think of that would make sense for the developers to do this. They wanted to have the game be PvE only. However, they put the possibility of PvP in the game so that they could advertise the game as an open world MMO style game. That's the only thing I can think of. They wanted to be able to put on the case of the game that it was, 1 to 24 player open world, whatever it may be. They wanted to say that. But it's like, for example, it's like say you have a cop, and then you have someone sitting in front of the cop, right? And the cop says, it's legal for you to steal that pencil on my desk, right? However, if I catch you doing it, right, when he's got like all this equipment on and stuff like that, you're going to go to the jail for the rest of your life. Now, is that person gonna steal that pencil or take that pencil because you told him that? No, of course not. Like, he's not going to do it. It's like telling somebody you can PvP. However, if you die when you PvP, you're not only going to get your, like there's people out there that thinks like getting the gear from people that you kill is worth it. Dude, it's not worth it. The gear in the Dark Zone is garbage. Like, it's not anything that I'm interested in. If you think I'm interested in someone's gear, you're wrong. But not only that, even if it was really good gear, it's impossible to extract that gear out of the map. There's no chance it's getting to your stash. There's no shot, because here's the thing. You have to go to an extraction point. You have to call in an extraction. It takes 1 minute and 30 seconds for the helicopter to get to you. And then you have the blinking marker of where you are on the map and the blinking marker of where the extraction zone is. So anyone in the area is going to go to the extraction zone. And not only that, there's AI spawning around the extraction zone like constantly. Just constantly AI running. So you have to fight off AI. You have to fight off the entire server. And then you have to run up to a rope and like hold F for like, 6 seconds while you put your little package on the rope. If you think that you can honestly survive that when the entire server sees where you are, you're just wrong. You're absolutely wrong. So there's no benefit of going rogue except for having fun and just being fed up with the game. And I do tell you, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if they continue to keep this. The game's going to get boring. People like me who like PvP and like to, kind of have uncertain events, which makes streaming and YouTube really fun, because the thing I loved about DayZ is you could get on DayZ and it was a different experience every single time. And it's never like that in this game because no one's ever going rogue. Now, when we do go rogue, it's the most fun I've ever had in a PvP game. So it's the only system that's holding this game back from being so awesome. Because I don't understand why they want you to PvE in the Dark Zone and PvE in the 80% of the map that was strictly for PvE. It does not make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm really frustrated and I'm really upset that this is not fixed. Now, back to what I said was going to happen. If the system stays the way it is, there's going to be a lot of people cheating, and I'm starting to see it already. I've ran into like 3 to 4 hackers in the last couple of days, which in the beginning of the game, you didn't see this. And the reason people are doing that is because there's people who get the best gear and they're getting bored and there's nothing for them to do. So what are they going to do? They're addicted to the game, so they don't want to stop playing the game because the game's really addicting. So what they're going to do is they're going to go out and they're going to get hacks. So if this system doesn't change and make it more worth for people to PvP, those players, I'm not saying myself, those players who want to PvP and are extremely addicted to the game and feel like the system's unfair, they're gonna cheat, and there's nothing you can do about it. I got hacked like 3 to 4 times, and by the way, there's no report button in game. There's no way to report anybody. There's no way to report anyone at all. I even went online to see how to report a player, and it's like some stupid form that's not gonna do anything anyways. So like the chances of them catching cheaters is so low that you're going to be seeing a lot of cheaters. And I'm telling you right now, if this system doesn't get fixed, be prepared to see hackers in every single lobby. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I really hope it doesn't. However, if this system doesn't change and I start getting bored with PvE like I already am, the game's going to be dead for me. It really is. And it makes me sad because I enjoyed the game so much. And the mechanics are great. And the shooting's great. And the concept's great. And the statistics are balanced. And like the one thing holding it back is the rogue in the currency system. It's awful and it needs to be changed. Now, if you watch this entire video and you still don't think that the rogue system needs changing, then I can't persuade you in any way. You just want PvE in a PvP zone, and that's, you know, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But a person like me, like, don't trick me into thinking the game's gonna have PvP and be fun. Like, don't trick me into thinking that. At least tell me, you know, this is basically a PvE game, and I wouldn't have wasted 111 hours on my account. Anyways, thanks for this rant, guys. Hopefully I got through to some of you guys. If not, it's all good. Thanks for watching regardless. Be sure to drop the video a like if you agree, and let me know in the comment section below what you think. I'm just hoping you listened to this entire video and tried to hear out exactly what I had to say. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you next time. Take care, everybody. That's crazy, man. That's when you know the rogue system needs to get changed. You got half the server fucking bloodthirsty because no one goes rogue.
I don't disagree, but you...
I'm not butthurt that it... Why would I be butthurt that it took 8 people to kill us? Oh, just kidding, just kidding. Yo, your mic is fucking terrible.
Yo, I fucking shit on all 3 of you by myself.
Your mic is awful. Jesus Christ, stop talking, please.
Yo, awful.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Bring those
5,
DZ
6,
funds to
7.
Walmart and get a better microphone.
Shit on by one person 10 minutes ago, bitch.
Yo, bring those DZ funds to Walmart, dog.
You got fucked up by one person. How do you feel?
Wait, one person?
You had to walk up behind us and we're engaging bosses to kill us, you fucking pussy.
Oh, you're mad. You're real upset.
I'm not mad, I'm just saying you got fucked up by one person a little while ago.
That's a good mic you got there, dude. Keep talking,
Feels
please.
bad that you suck so bad. Mad cause bad, you fucking shitty. Have your other friends shoot me, I'll take you 1v3 again, pussy. Like, who even uses the back? You're such a faggot.
Oh, dude. Good one, bro.
Oh, you're gonna leave
right
the dogs
behind
in,
me.
you little fucking pussy?
Yeah.
What?
Yo, you're such a pussy. Look at your character, you look like a dyke, faggot.
Got him.
Yo, shoot me, pussy. No fucking balls. You probably look like your character in real life, you fucking dyke.
Good one, dude. Good one. There you go, bro.
What the fuck, dude?
That's a great insult
What was
there.
that?
It really went with that
it's not an
shitty
insult,
mic
it's
you
just
have.
saying the truth. Well, Mike's probably more expensive than your fucking entire life, bud.
Yeah, it sounds like it, dude. Peaking like that.
Yo, it's okay.
No,
Dude,
it's okay.
let's bring this kid
But I mean,
to
your
like
shit
somewhere
skills,
where we
though.
can kill him because I can't.
Into the
take his
pit.
voice.
1v3 like a
You
fucking
realize
champ,
there's
right?
5 of them, right?
They're still chasing us, all 5.
Yeah, look. 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for one of you
Yeah,
pussies to
let's
step
see.
up.
User in your channel timed out.
All I see is running away. I thought you were so good. You took on 10 people. Why can't you take one person right now, pussy?
You can go by his friend.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
He's on the right. Got him. Let's
Your
run.
team member has disavowed a division.
way.
Your team is now designated rogue.